Welcome back. This is part 9 of transforming our mass market ficus into a masterpiece. And as I'm filming this, it is the summer solstice of 2026, also Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to everybody. And I am going to get in here and take a look at the new growth that the tree has provided. Now, there's a few things that have changed since the last installment of our series. One is that I've been keeping the tree outdoors rather than in a greenhouse. Actually, that's not true. Post repotting, I kept it in the greenhouse because I needed to keep the tree warm. Ficus don't grow very well if it's cold. So after it had showed some good signs of recovery and shoots started issuing, I then transitioned the tree to my outdoor location here in San Francisco. There are no freezes in San Francisco. It's always cold, but it's never freezing cold. And so I have gotten some really nice growth, and the leaves are actually a little bit smaller, a little bit kind of meatier, and I'm hoping that also means that the nodes are getting ready to shorten. So we're gonna get in here, take a look, and see what we have. So you can see on this branch that I've trimmed everything kind of shorter, and this is sort of the initial approach that I'm going to be taking. Basically, I want to select for shoots that are a little bit less vigorous and have shorter internodes so I can start creating more branch divisions. It's showing a tendency to bud back less efficiently than what I was hoping for. And by that I mean that the buds are often coming all from one location, and at the same time, some of the branching in is having dieback. So at this scale, we're pushing it a little bit. I think, at least in my climate conditions, maybe if I was in Florida or Thailand, this thing would grow like crazy, but it seems to have a tendency to just give up on some of these cuts that I've made, and that means that I need to kind of coax it into that finer growth pattern a little bit more slowly. So with that rough trimming complete, I'm now going to switch over to doing some wiring because a lot of these shoots are about the right size to be wiring, some bigger than others, but basically what I want to do is start adding movement. And then in most cases, I've left 2 leaves on the shoot, and I'm going to pull off the interior of those 2 leaves, just like I've demonstrated on elm trees in the past. And that hopefully is going to not only keep all of the twigs that are here from dying back, but also induce the tree to basically send out branches from the interior nodes where I have removed the leaves. All right, that took a little while, and obviously the tree looks a little bit silly, almost like a Christmas tree with the amount of sparkly wire that's on there, but that's fine. It allows me to really see where the wire is as we move forward. So, like I said, what I've done here is to basically cut the shoots back to either 2 or 3 leaves and then pull off the interior leaf, making sure that I'm leaving at least one leaf wherever possible on each shoot, because we've been having that dieback problem that I want to try to avoid. So I'm just finding, as I'm looking at this again, a few more leaves that I can reduce. So what I expect to happen from this point is that it will hopefully act sort of like my elms do, and that everywhere that I took off those interior leaves, it will send out more shoots. And that's going to very rapidly multiply the number of shoots here. And I'm probably going to transition from wiring to just sort of a clip and grow pattern here after I take this wire off. But I don't actually know that because I haven't gone through this part of this process myself before, with at least a ficus. And it's kind of interesting. I think the tree actually has two good fronts. One is what I'm looking at here, which has this now somewhat awkward branch coming out towards me, but the tree is also kind of leaning away. So the front that you're looking at right now is a little bit more dynamic looking, and probably ultimately should be the front of the tree. There's also one small branch that is sort of in the way, but that would be easy to deal with. So my ongoing debate about the front has not ended. If you want to pick up a cutting that is rooted from this actual tree, we sell tiger bark ficus on Bonsaify.com, and they all came from this single tree. I now have quite a few of them. That wraps up this part 9 of transforming our mass market ficus into a masterpiece. If you want to check out the entire series from start to finish, check out that playlist right there. We'll see you next time.